For this one, we're doing 7.4, solving two-step equations. This is where it gets a little tricky. We take what we've learned in 7.2 and 7.3 and put it all together. So now, number 1 says 2, and then parentheses, we have m plus 3, and that equals 6. So, remember, we're solving for m. We got to get m by itself. The first thing we need to do, when you see this 2 on the outside of the parentheses like this means multiplication. So that means we need to divide. So we are going to divide both sides by 2. This is going to cancel out that 2 and take it away. Bring down our m plus 3 equals 2 goes into 6 3 times. So now we have m plus 3 equals 3. Now you're still trying to get the m by itself. This is where it gets a little bit easier. You remember this from 7.2. Subtract 3 from both sides. Cancels out. You bring your m on down. M equals 3 minus 3. That's 0. Okay, m equals 0. You could even plug it back in and make sure you're correct. Go to number 2. We have x minus 2 over 4 equals 1. So we need to get the x by itself, but the first thing we need to take away is this 4. We need to get this 4 out of the way so we can deal with this x minus 2. Now, you see how there's a fraction? It's technically made to a fraction. It doesn't look like a normal fraction, but there's a fraction bar separating it. And remember, that means division, so we need to multiply. We're going to do our x minus 2 over 4 times 4 equals 1 times 4. Because whatever you do to one side, you have to do the other side. This is going to cancel it out. You're going to have x minus 2 equals 1 times 4 gives you 4. Now, you still have to solve for x. You have this minus 2 here. You got to do the opposite of minus 2, which is plus 2. Add 2 to both sides. It cancels out. Bring down that x. X equals, what's 4 plus 2? It's 6. X equals 6. Now your number 3. 2x minus 5 equals 13. Okay, so we have to figure out what's the easiest one to get away from the problem right now. So it looks like this minus 5 might be the easiest to take away. So we're going to go ahead and do plus 5 to both sides, which will give us 2x equals 13 plus 5 is 18. So now we have 2x equals 18. We need to get the x by itself. This is showing multiplication, so the opposite would be to show division. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. Bring the x on down. How many times does 2 go into 18? 9 times. X equals 9. Number 4. 5c minus 1 equals 14. So on this one, I would take this 1 away first like we did on the last one. Plus 1 to both sides. Cancels out. 5c equals 14 plus 1 is 15. Now we have 5c equals 15. The opposite of 5c, that's showing 5 times c, we need to divide. So we got to divide by 5 to get that c by itself. Bring the c on down. 5 goes into 15 3 times. C equals 3. Number 5. H over 4 equals 9. H over 4 plus 9 equals 20. So on this one, let's get this plus 9 out of the way. So to take the plus 9 out, we got a minus 9 on both sides. Bring down this, we have our h over 4 still equals 20 minus 9 is going to give us 11. Now we have to get this h by itself still. So this h over 4 is showing division, so we're going to have to multiply both sides by 4. So we have h over 4 times 4 equals 11 times 4. This is going to cancel that out. We're going to bring that h on down. 11 times 4 is going to give us 44. H equals 44. Number 6. We have 3, and then in parentheses we have x minus 1 equals 9. So on this one, just like on number 1, we need to first divide both sides by 3 because this right here is showing multiplication. So we need to get that 3 out of the way, okay? So if we divide both sides by 3, if we divide both sides by 3, this 3 cancels out. Our x minus 1 comes on down. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Now our x minus our 1 equals 3. Got to do the opposite of the 1 to get the x by itself, which is plus 1 on both sides. So we get x equals, so 3 plus 1 is 4. X equals 4. Oops. All right, and then if you want to pause it there to get any of your answers fixed, you can. And I hope y'all look in the description for some more example problems and ones you can try out. Thank you.